Hi. I was just preparing for this episode of Tiny Songs Live. What's a tiny song, you might ask? Well, it could be anything, and there's no rules. Well, that's not entirely true. There's one rule. It has to be a story, and every musical decision that we make has to be in service and in honor of that story. And that's it. I could do this by myself, but I think it'd be way cooler and way better if you helped me. So I want this to be interactive. I invite your help. Share any ideas or comments or suggestions you might have. I have no idea what's about to happen. This is going to be totally live. Here we go. Hello there. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. This is the last episode of Season 1 of Tiny Songs Live, and it's been one of my favorite things I've ever done. I've had so much fun with it. And somebody give me a confirmation that you can see me and you can hear me, and we'll just deal with technical issues as they come, because they probably will show up, and we're not scared of them because we're professional musicians here and we can overcome such problems. So once I get a confirmation from the chat, I will jump in with our two stories. The way this works is there are two stories, and the chat is a huge part of this, okay? We could just make cool music on our own, and that'd be cool too, but if we can do it together as a team with the chat, it's so much more fun, I think, for everyone. So the chat is a huge part of this. I'm going to give you two story prompts, and the chat will choose which story they're more excited about, and that will be our musical adventure and journey for the evening. So once I get a confirmation, okay, it looks like people can see and hear, and here we go. This is for you, all of you folks. Thanks for being here. Thanks for giving this a try. I'm going to play story 1, and we'll see what happens. So, story 1. Story 1 here. Here we go. All right, you might not be able to hear this. I muted it so you don't have preconceived notions about this. This is an old 1940s Superman cartoon that's in the public domain now, to my knowledge. And we would make a theme song for this robot, this unstoppable robot. He is running amok, robbing a bank, and eventually Superman shows up and fights this robot. So the music we would make would be a theme song for this robot, 1940s animation, and I think it would just be a lot of fun. So story 1, we're calling The Robot. Okay. Now story 2, let me get story 2 booted up here. Story 2 is a little different. All right, story 2 is The Spider. This is a public domain info show educating people about the black widow spider, a very venomous spider here in the United States. It can kill you. One of the few venomous spiders that is lethal. And we would make a theme song for the spider. Black widow spider. It's very creepy. Spiders are polarizing, right? So, but maybe she's, I don't know. Maybe she's not as scary. Maybe she is as scary as we think she is. I don't know. Well, we would explore her story. So the question is, what's it going to be? Is it going to be the robot, or is it going to be the spider? And the chat will decide. So chat, it's time for you to vote. It's time for you to chime in and let us know, what is our musical adventure for the night? And while the chat is telling us their thoughts, their opinions, I want to introduce a very special guest. This person is a friend of mine, a new friend, actually. We connected recently, and he's an amazing bass player. So actually, I'm going to be handing off the musical reins a little bit of the bass potentially to our guest tonight. The whole Tiny Songs thing is being out of your comfort zone musically, right? The whole thing is a little chaotic. We're gonna make a song from scratch live on the internet with no prep. I mean, the whole spirit of it is being creatively and musically vulnerable. So my comfort zone is playing bass. But tonight I may not do that. I may be handing that off to someone else. But the bass role is in very, very capable hands of a friend of mine. I'm going to introduce this person to you now. We're going to pull him up and patch him into the chat. And while I'm doing that, let us know the votes. Maybe so let us know which one you want. And while that is coming in, I'm going to patch this Zoom link in and introduce my friend Ian Trusheim. So let's get this. Stand by just a second. I'm getting this patched in. There it is. Hey, what's up, Ian? Welcome, man.
Dude, great to see you, Philip. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's so good to see you. Do me a favor. I'm getting a feedback loop. Mute the feed, the stream feed, because that's getting patched into Zoom for me. But once that's good to go, thank you so much for being here, Ian. I'm just so excited to have you. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm in a feedback loop as well,
that's
my
getting
friend.
patched into Zoom for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. I'm sorry.
Good to go. No, it's okay. We'll figure it out together. I'm just so excited to have you.
I'm thrilled to be here. That's all I have to say.
How you doing, man?
Great. I'm good. I'm in a feedback loop as well.
So I'm tallying up the votes here. So Ian, maybe just you could close the stream out, close the stream entirely, and we might be good, and you can reopen it when it's the time to do that. Can you did that resolve it? Are we good to go?
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Yeah.
Yes. This was user error on my part. This whole time I've been trying to figure out. I'm like, why is there a feedback loop? And of course I had 2 streams open. I'm like, the stream is closed. I don't know what's happening. Please forgive me, man.
No, man, it's all good. That's how. Hey, so the people know this is 100% live. I mean, yeah, it's evidence. We're rolling with the punches.
Cortisol levels were spiked there. I was like, I'm not sure what's happening. But now I can concentrate. This is great. Yeah.
Well,
what are they saying in the comments?
Well, it's pretty close. It looks like 4-3 is the current robot to Spider. But what do you think, man? What's your and while Ian's chiming in, chat, vote on the stream. Where are we going? Are we going the robot? Or are we going the Spider? But Ian, what do you think?
Oh, I think I'm leaning towards robot, but I'm very excited about the Spider as well. I'm curious what that would sound like.
Yeah.
Like maybe the robot feels like it could be easier. So maybe the answer is we should do the Spider, or more of a challenge.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the chat says. It looks like, Okay, and somebody says Ian's feed is a little quiet, so I'm going to turn him up on my end. That should fix it there. I think we're good to go now. Thank you. Okay, what's the current vote? It's getting really close here. This is the closest vote we've had. Usually it's been a landslide election, but maybe designed by Shay, moderator of the chat in my life. If you could help us, what is the consensus? What does the chat say? Is Spider winning, or I think we'll give it like another 30 seconds and then we're going to lock the votes. So speak now if anyone has not voted. And just a reminder, this is so much more fun for all of us if we participate together. So not just in this vote, but also in the production decisions and the creative decisions that we make. I would love to see what the chat has to say. So catching up on the chat now. All right, Shay's doing a recount. While Shay is doing that, I do want to make one quick announcement, and that is something I'm really proud of and really thankful for, and that is to announce our sponsor for tonight. And Our sponsor for tonight is Sweetwater. I want to say a huge thank you to Sweetwater. Sweetwater has sponsored season 1 of Tiny Songs Live, and I'm grateful. And they've been a joy to work with, honestly. So they have a really cool giveaway going on right now. We're going to post a link to that in the chat. It's also in the description. So check that out. It's they're giving away some really cool stuff. And I'm just grateful to get to do this because of Sweetwater's help. So that being said, back to the Zoom call, and I'm catching up on the chat. Oh, is it really tied? It is a tie. Okay, this is unprecedented. I think in the moment of a tie, we're going to leave it up to our guest. Ian, you will be the voice. You will be the voice that is going to decide. Are we going the robot or the spider?
I think we should do the spider.
You think so?
I do, yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going spider. So Ian, why spider? Why'd you choose spider?
I don't know. I was thinking, as I was watching the videos, I was just thinking, how would we create music to this? Where like the robot, it felt like it certainly wouldn't be easy. We're creating something from nothing, but I just in my mind, I'm thinking like some of the sounds or even noises and effects that you could use to create more of like almost a robotic techno type feel.
Mm-hmm.
Where the spider, I don't really know where that's going to take us, and that excites me.
I respect that, man. And also in the spirit of like out of our comfort zone, like I think it would probably be a little easier to do the robot, maybe. Like that's a little but I think it's cool. We're going to do this. We're going to go for the risky one. I love it. So, that being said, our journey for the night is the spider. So, I'm inviting the chat. Real quick. What would this sound like? Let's look at the B-roll. We're going to check out the B-roll. Check out this. Oh my gosh. Terrifying. But also, I mean, okay, here's the deal with spiders. They're not all bad. Like they get a bad rap, but they're really helpful creatures. They're a huge part of our ecosystem. They're helpful. They keep down pests, and they have some amazing abilities. But this is the Black Widow specifically. She eats her mate sometimes. The male. The female eats the male after they mate. It's pretty metal. Where do we go with this? What would this sound like if this was a song? The Black Widow. If the Black Widow had a theme song, chat, let us know what that would sound like. And while the chat is, oh wow, look at all these baby spiders, baby Black Widow spiders. That's terrifying. Well, chat, let us know. This is our creative brief time. So it could be a chord progression, it could be a tone thing, an instrument thing, a tempo thing. Like, let's just throw out a bunch of ideas. No bad ideas. No idea is bad. And I'm gonna go back to the Zoom call. Ian, what do you think, man? What's the what would this sound like?
Yeah, I'm like, maybe we should do the robot. I'm kidding. I think
it's too late, man. You took us here. You took us here.
I think we need to find the beauty in the spider web. And I know that sounds cheesy, but I think about like, I don't know. There was this. I'm sure. I don't know if it was always the same spider, but I'm sure we've all had that. Like, you leave your porch light on, and then you look at it late at night, and you just see this gorgeous spider web that's been made, and then it's gone, or maybe it's there for a day or two and it's gone. And I think there's something that we could explore there. So like there should be elements of potentially some like tension, dissonance, maybe some minor chords, that kind of classic scary spider thing. But I don't think spiders are scary personally.
I think this is a polarizing thing. I'm with you. I actually really like spider. I mean, I don't want a spider crawling on me. You know what I'm saying? But like as long as we have a little space between us, I'm cool with them. I invite them. They're making our lives a little better. They're minding their own business. They're just doing their thing. They're amazing architects. I like that idea of like the web. The web is, I mean, it's incredible to watch a spider make a web. They're great architects. It's like one of the strongest materials known to man is the spider web. So they're pretty impressive, clever creatures. I think there's a lot to them. So I think this is a cool challenge. This is a cool creative challenge.
I think so. I think I want to see the B-roll a little bit more, but I'm thinking of even experiences like we've all walked through a spider web before, and that sort of sensation, and then you can't get the spider
you get it
web
off,
off.
and
And I'm just thinking, I'm like, how do you turn that into music? And that's cool.
Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's figure it out. I think the chord changes are going to be pretty key to this. Like some dissonance and some tension, modulation kind of vibes. I think that might be a good place to start. What do you think?
Yeah, and my immediate thought is maybe they're like unrelated minor chords, just so there's more like not obscurity, that's not the right word, but just this sort of like questioning suspense, like
Yeah.
the first thing I love, like some kind of minor third motion. So like actually it could be anything, like a D minor to an F minor, so it's these unrelated tonalities. And then there's this theme of minor thirds. I don't want to get too nerdy, but
I'm here for the nerdiness.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
And then there should definitely be some like resolution to the brighter side, like the beauty of the spider web.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's cool.
I'm not sure, but I'm a big fan of unrelated chords with same chord tonality. So like I said, like maybe minor chords moving in an interval of minor thirds, or even minor chords moving in like a major third could be cool. And then at some point, maybe it goes to a major 7 and that's moving in minor thirds or something. So we still maybe that minor third could be a theme that we're sort of building upon, but changing the tonality.
Okay, I dig that. I'm gonna catch up on the chat here too. Let's see what the chat's saying. A lot of comments. Let's see. Structural. Okay, Designed by Shay says there's beautiful structural integrity to their webs. Would love to see how we interpret that. So like, I feel like honestly one of the most important parts of this whole process is probably going to be the beginning. It's like we basically need to lay down those like structural long threads that go towards the center of the web. We're basically going to build a spider web tonight. That's I think the brief. Somebody says harp plucking for Spidey steps. That could be cool. Arpeggios on a harpsichord, maybe so. A triplet bass line with fast beat and distant pad. That could be cool. Chords that don't resolve. Octave is somebody. Matt says some kind of melody that involves octaves. Octaves are great because we got the eight legs. Dude, I'm so excited about this. So, I think if it's cool with you, Ian, I might mess around with a couple chord things, and then before we lock it in, we can come back to this and we can talk together about it and see if you have any thoughts. Does that sound cool to you?
Sounds great.
Okay, man. We'll be back with you in a minute, and I'm gonna try and figure out some spider chords. This is gonna be fun.
Cool.
All right. See you in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. So, wow. By the way, Ian is a super cool musician. He's been doing this thing called it's like he's posting a 2-bar bass line every day on Instagram for a whole year. So we're like a few months into 2024, and I think I've watched every single one of them, and he's killing it. He's a great bass player, and we have a lot in common musically. That's part of why I trusted him to hand the bass to him, because I really love his bass playing, his tone, his feel. So if you haven't yet, you should absolutely follow Ian on Instagram, because it's just a great follow. It's fun to see what he's doing and the lines he's coming up with. He's a really talented educator and bass player. So please support Ian. If you don't get anything else from this stream tonight, Ian's a cool dude. You should probably follow him. That being said, time for me to try and figure out what the heck is going on here. So, gonna get into Logic and see what we can do here. I think it always helps me to have some kind of groove. So actually, maybe I might pull up some spider drums here. Let me see what I found some cool drums earlier that might work for us. That one I really like. This is also cool. I'm gonna maybe give us a few options and we can decide together. I think I used that last week. All right, so here's option 1. Spider vibes. Or option 2. Different tempos. Vote in the chat now. This is gonna determine everything. So the chat is gonna do some heavy lifting on this vote. So option 1. And here's option 2. Much slower. That's 70 BPM on option 2. It's a slow web build. I kind of like this pingy thing for the snare on option 1. What's the chat thinking? Matt says option 1. We're going to give this like 10 seconds. We got to keep moving. Got to keep moving and grooving. We're like a spider here. We got to make this whole web before the sun comes up. Okay, Shay says option 2. PJ says option 1. Okay, it looks like majority is saying option 1 right now. And in the spirit of brevity, I'm gonna just go ahead and commit to option 1. The chat has spoken. I like option 1 as well. I like that sort of pingy snare thing importing into the DAW. So we are now at 90 BPM. That is our BPM for the night. 90. So let me get a little loop going and we can kind of experiment with some chords here. If I didn't choose your idea, I'm sorry. We can't do everybody's vote for everything, but keep your ideas coming. Keep your votes coming. I'm going to do my best to try and include as many people as I can in this process, all in the spirit of serving the music. That is the one thing we want to do tonight. If we don't do anything else, we want to honor the music and the story that we're trying to convey. We want to leave our egos out of this and we want to just create something cool. So that's the goal. So let's just kind of, let's listen to this drum groove and we can maybe just watch the B-roll for a second. Let me turn that down. That is pretty loud. Splice, man. All right. And we'll just watch the B-roll. There she is. I like that snare sound. Kind of sounds like maybe if you were to strike the web, it would send a little signal to her. You know how they can feel through their webs? It's like a fly hit the web, and that's the sound of the snare on 2 and 4. So, I think this is a good vibe for us. Let me vibe with some chords here. Let me see what I can. I was messing around with some ideas earlier, and this might work for this. So let me get a sound here. I have this cool like arpeggiated thing, and then I've also got something a little spooky. So maybe I'll do that with the arpeggiation. Let's see if that's a vibe. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. I kind of like that motion, doing a major to an augmented. That's very Spider Eats me. That might be a nice section. Okay, I've got an idea. Hold on. I think I want. Is it? Let me mess with. I have a few. Yeah, I kind of like that pad with the air sound. And then maybe... I kind of like that vibe. All right, I had this chord. Let me see if I can remember it. I had this chord idea in my head earlier. Let me see if I can. Let me just try it. 2, 3, 4. So it's major, and then it's augmented. Major. And then we'll go to like a, with the 6, and then to a dominant 7. I think this is kind of, yeah, that's what we needed. I need to enable that one so we can hear this. So vibe with me for a second. Tell me if this is spider worthy. I have, here we go. 2, 3, 4. There. So major to augmented. Major. And then we'll go back. Okay, so we're going to change it here. So I'm going to go major, augmented, and then we're going to go to like a major 6. And then we'll go to a dominant 7. And what does that take us to? That takes us to a 4. And then minor 4. And then we'll go back to and that'll be the form. What do we think of that? Is that cool? Let's listen to it for a second. So that's 1, and then augmented. This is in C, by the way. So C and then C augmented. So maybe the form might start right here. So that's the beginning. So 1, and then augmented, and then with a 6 in it. And maybe the bass goes to the 6, I don't know. Or does the bass stay on the 1, I don't know. And then dominant 7. And then we're going to go to the 4 chord, so F major. And then we'll make it minor, because I always love a minor 4. And then we'll go back to the 1. And then augmented. And then it would loop around to the beginning of the progression there. So that's my idea. Do we like it? Let's see what Ian thinks. I'm going to go back to the Zoom call with my buddy Ian here. Ian, what's up, man?
Man, I'm loving it. Sounds awesome.
You digging it?
I'm digging it very much so.
Well, what do you want to let's see. I'm catching up on the chat. I want to hear what you think too. Like, once we lock in these chords, it's kind of our journey for the night. Like, should we change anything? Do we like it? What do you think?
How many bars were you counting?
So, I think each chord would be one measure.
Yep.
So it'd be like 1, and then 1 augmented would be 2, and then 1 with the 6 in it would be
and you
third.
Said maybe the 6 in the bass, which I had my bass over here. And
cool.
I was working out things, so that's definitely an option.
And then dominant.
So that's 4 bars.
So that's a 4 bar, and then we're gonna go to the 5th bar would be F major.
F. Now, is that just 1 bar or is that 2 bars?
I think it's 1 bar and then
the minor for 1 bar.
Yeah.
So what's cool about this?
What do you think?
That's a 6-bar phrase, right?
Yeah.
Which I very much like.
Well, what I would do then, so let's say we could do it that way, or so let's say our 5th bar is F major, and then F minor is our 6-bar, and then 1,
Yep.
and then 1 augmented, and then that's a loop. So that would be the 8-bar. So it would
Okay,
kind of like, it would bring us back around to the original vibe.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, that's great. Another thought, this is maybe a little down the road, but if it was something like that 6-bar phrase, whatever happens in bars 7 and 8, like you said, back to the 1 augmented,
Uh-huh.
that could be like our first ending, and then the next time to be determined.
Oh, yeah.
The next time is something new, like taking us to perhaps that a different key center or different. What I like about this progression is there's a lot of major chords in here, but it still has this sort of tension in it, as some of the harmony is all getting changed. So maybe the change is to go straight to a minor tonality, or even utilizing other chords within the key of C that we haven't used yet, like D minor, E minor.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that
I think
I like the start of this a lot. It's great.
I think, thanks, man. I think I like this chord progression came to mind because it's like spooky, but it's major. Usually, like, we associate spooky with minor, but I feel like in the spirit of the spider, like, they're spooky, but they're actually pretty positive. We just don't understand them. So I think we need to decide between that 6-bar phrase or the 8-bar phrase. Maybe you want to listen to it real quick? We can see what feels more natural.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm going to go to pull this B-roll back up. I'm going to audition our, okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be the 8 bars. I think that's... Listen back. There we have that major chord, and minor, very spidery, and then major, it's augmented, and then the top would be right here. So it's an 8-bar phrase. Let's see. Ian, you got me? Ian's 10 seconds behind because he's listening to music on the stream. I'm 10 seconds in the future. He's multitasking. He's champion. We really are, man. Yeah, I think it works out. I think that's our loop. And then what we can do is we can basically weave a web around that, if you will. By the way, I encourage as many puns as possible in the chat. So bonus points in the chat if you have any spider-related puns. That will get you cred with me in a point system that doesn't matter, like whose line is it anyway. But how do you feel about that? If we kind of commit to that as our form, and we'll just loop that? Is that cool? I think that's the move. I think like in the spirit of the web, it's like the web is like one big symmetrical design, and all of the nuance and details are like added. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like that can be kind of our main web, and then we can. Someone in the chat, let us know about spider facts. If someone wants to look up spider facts and periodically paste them into the chat, you would make me happy. And while we're talking about the chat, I just noticed a very good old friend of mine is here. Kevin Leon, amazing drummer for St. Paul and the Broken Bones. I used to play in a band with him. Welcome, Kevin, and also welcome everybody, one and all, that are here. So Ian, you wanna vibe on some bass? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loop this, maybe make it like I might make the loop go through like 4 times. You don't have to play the whole thing necessarily, and then you can just give me a groove, and we can kind of layer that in. Does that sound cool? Yeah. I love it. So I'll send you 4 times through the form, and then just like I may chop things up and move them around kind of thing, but just give me a vibe, you know? And then while you're doing that, I can be doing something else. Uh-huh. Yeah, well, I'll never argue with pure tone P bass, specifically 66 P bass. Ian and I just discovered we have basses maybe from the same tree, because what, yours is February 66? I think it's March. Mine's March 66. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to bounce this out to you. I'll send it to you, and then we'll see what happens. All right, have fun, buddy. Good luck. And when you're done, just wave at me. Okay. Cool. What a guy. Okay, so bear with me. I'm gonna bounce this out. It's just gonna take just a second, and we'll let Ian do his thing creatively. And gosh, this is so cool and fun. I can't believe we get to do this. Get to make cool, weird music with friends, new friends, old friends. I mean, what a blessing. Okay, so that's kind of our vibe. So let me thank you for the spider facts in the keep the spider facts coming in. And hey, what's up, Mark? Welcome, Mark. We have some really amazing musicians here in the chat, some of whom I know personally and some that I don't. I'm going to, let's see here. I'm going to say spiders for Ian. Bounce it out. Wow, so many great bass players here. It's a good thing I don't have to play bass. It's so funny. I was saying earlier, the whole spirit of Tiny Songs Live is us getting out of our comfort zones musically. And for me tonight, that's handing the bass off to someone else. And I have to do things like production stuff and drum programming and keys stuff and maybe guitar stuff. Who knows? But it's actually kind of freeing in a way to be out of your comfort zone creatively. And for example, I didn't give Ian any prep on what these stories would be. And that's one of the rules of Tiny Songs Live, is the guests don't know what's going to happen. So, I'm just going to email Ian real quick so he can get to work. So bear with me. This is how you know it's live. Literally emailing Ian a wave file of what we just made, and he's going to send me something back. And this is totally live and totally real. So, attaching. Gotta find the file. Here, tell you what, while I'm doing this, you guys can look at this creepy spider. Almost there. Almost there. Okay. And it is sent. Ian, let me know if you have any problems with that, because it had to send by Google Drive because it was slightly bigger than anticipated. Okay, catching up on the chat here. Lots of spider facts. Thank you for the spider facts. Keep them coming. Wow. Okay, you know what? It's time for a very, very important announcement. So while Ian and I are making weird music based off of spiders, there's another creative person that's involved in this, and I want to introduce them. Come in, designed by Shay. Can you hear me?
I'm here.
How do you feel about having to make a spider design?
I mean, I am here for the arachnid patch.
Arachnid Patch. That's my other band name. Okay, the person the person on the walkie-talkie is Shay, aka Designed by Shay, on the other side of that wall, who I happen to be married to and I love deeply, and she's also an amazing artist. And one of the coolest things about Tiny Songs Live, check this out. So each episode has its own collectible badge. And Shay made all of these, and she makes them live during the stream. So, like, here's the Voyager from a few weeks ago, the dirigible. We did one about an airship, the submarine. We did the train. We did one with a diver last week, and then tonight the finale is a spider. So, if you want to get your own patch, collect these. It's a great way to support Shay and myself, and it's one of a kind custom merch. And it's just fun. It's a way that you can get something cool and support live music. So the link to that is in the chat and also in the description. The way it works is it's on sale while the stream is live, and then once the stream is done, it's full price, and then it will be gone a week from now. So you can only get this merch now, basically. So. We also have some cool hats. Here's a t-shirt. Shay designed this cool, let me see if I can, look at that design. It's a musical design that represents, it's a typographical abstract design that represents the abstract musical concept of the pocket. Notice the bar line and how the music flows over the bar line and is tied together in a cohesive way. What a cool design. So if you want to support what we're doing here, the merch, the links are in the description. It's a fun way to support, and you can get some cool stuff out of it. And also, too, I do, again, want to thank Sweetwater for sponsoring the stream, making this possible. Very, very excited about that. So, while Ian's working, let me catch up on the chat. Let's see how everybody's doing here. Let's check out our B-roll. Oh, baby spiders everywhere. Are they cute? Are they disgusting? I can't tell. I'm just so glad that everybody's here. This is awesome. So let me see if we can get let's see if we can get Okay, so we can see Ian now in the top there. He's grooving. Look at him. Look at that P bass. He is vibing over there. So we'll let him do his thing. While he's doing his thing, let's just kind of listen to this. Maybe we can come up with some other. I could definitely see some Moog bass on this to complement what Ian does, because I like these changes. Listening. Maybe it's some weird percussion. Maybe I can look for that while Ian's working. Maybe it's... So we're at 90. Maybe there's some kind of cool, weird percussion that has some spider vibes to it on Splice. I'm going to look for that while Ian's working. So let's say we're going to go percussion. Let's go BPM exactly 90. What comes up? And this is crazy loud. Okay, it's turned down. Let's see what we think. No. Looking for spider vibes. Oh, I want to go to browse. There we go. Instruments. Percussion. Yep, percussion here. And then we're going to go to 90. Okay. Looking for spider vibes. No. Something weird. Nothing jumping out yet. Can we amend this to be like weirder? Let's say live sounds. We'll say dry. Let's see what happens. A lot of like kind of interesting. Let's listen to that with a... No. This might be the wrong thread to be following. Wow, a lot of talking drum here. This might be not the right direction. I wish Colin was here to help us. Or Kevin. Alright, everything's lame. I think this is a tangent that we don't need to go down. Unless it is... Maybe it's just some kind of shaker. Just some kind of little pocket shaker at 90. Come on. That might be nice. Let's take that. So this wasn't a total loss. Let's drag it in. Okay. Let's go back to our DAW here. Sorry for having to make you listen to a bunch of lame hand drum stuff. Not that hand drums are lame, but wasn't the right vibe. Let's see. Tuck it away. There's with it, without it. I think it's not there the whole time, but it might help us lift at a certain point. So that's cool. I think we're on track to Spider Vibes here. Yeah, I think this is working. I can't wait to see what Ian is doing. Let's see if he's it looks like he's done playing. Looks like he's emailing me maybe. All right, refreshing. Hey, what's up, dude?
Just letting it load to Google Drive right now, so it might take a second before I can actually. Okay, it appears.
Okay, cool.
Should be able to share this with you. I kind of threw some paint against the wall. I did some real, just like simple root notes, locking in with the kick drum a couple times. Then I did some melodic stuff, experimenting with eighth notes, playing some kind of melodies up high and going back down. I think with your judgment and the chat's judgment, there's got to be a couple little things. Maybe if we even splice at the basic, there's solid rhythm and root note motion that matches the kick drum. But then there might be some other things that we can make use of as well.
You're speaking my language, man. These are the things I this is so nice having. Wow, this is such a joy to have like a great session bass player, and like. I don't have to think about any bass stuff. And it's like, oh, Ian's it's like, fun. I'm going to do all the things that you care about. Oh, this is great.
What's interesting also is like, just, I looked at it, I think it was 7:44, and I just was like, get this done in 10 minutes. So it's like, some of that stuff, I think if I had an hour, I would have like developed the line a little bit more, but it's fun to just be like, well, what is your instinct? Like, if you're just almost like improvising.
Yeah.
What would you maybe do? So
that's part of why I like doing this, man, because it's like if I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a song about a spider, I would take the whole day and no one would ever hear it. But if I was like, I'm gonna make the spider live on the internet, now like lots of people are like a part of this, and then I have to just make a decision and commit to it, and it's kind of a cool, free and creative thing.
I definitely took some liberties, like on that 1/6 chord. I definitely played the relative minor there. On the dominant chord, I played a B flat a lot because I felt like there was motion moving by changing. That's like the whole Sting thing where he says it's not a chord until the bass player plays it. Or I forget the exact quote. And then even on like that F chord and the F minor, I did some melodic stuff on that later on in the track. Like the F I was playing.
Okay.
Like 8 or 7, sort of outlining that. Now we're getting super nerdy, but just some things to see if anything strikes everyone's fancy.
Okay, well, let's listen to it. So,
Cool.
Ian, I'm going to jump back over to the DAW, and then we'll come back to you after we do a listen through. Sound good? All right, here goes nothing. No idea what's happening here. But here he goes. Nice. Like that drone. All right, so that's the first time through. Here's the second time. Nice chord tones. like that bend. Nice melodic stuff. Ooh, that's my favorite so far, the melodic part. Nice. Nice. Really cool. Dude, nice job, man. Sounds awesome.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do something like that and just to go for it. And sometimes I'm like a little for sessions. I try to be like really thoughtful about every note. And this is a different type of thoughtfulness. It's like just playing present. But even when I was listening to it, there was a couple things I'm like, I wish I would have developed that a little bit more. But I think there's definitely some stuff in there that we can use if you want to chop things up, or I trust your judgment to Mutt Lang this thing.
Dude, I liked all of them. I think my favorite one was the last time through because it was like a really nice combination of like melodic and also supportive and like, I don't know, a great tone throughout. It was a really cool vibe. So yeah, I think here's the question is like, where do we go from here? I think I could do some key stuff. I might do like a sub bass Moog thing. That might be cool. What are you thinking? What are you hearing? How do you feel?
You know, I wouldn't mind, partially because of my experience being like 10 seconds in the future and 10 seconds in the past. I'd love to see the footage again and see like what do we have and what is the film telling us.
Yeah, sounds good. And also, I'm glancing down at the chat and I see my friend Kevin says he's about to walk on stage in Buffalo. And
that's really cool.
Kevin, have a great show tonight. I hope the music is magical, and thanks for being here, man. I'll see you when you get back.
Check this out. My buddy Eric is on the call, and Eric bought, I forget what, he bought like a used speaker from St. Paul's in the Broken Bones, or maybe he can put that in the chat. But, it's like a fun connection.
It's a small world.
It's either a 15 or maybe he bought an empty orange cab. I forget what it is. I'm sure he'll chime in. But it's kind of fun that they were both on the call.
Yeah, that's an awesome band. Yeah, my buddy Kevin, he's been playing drums with them for a few years, and he's one of my favorite musicians. So it's a small world. Okay, well, yeah, let's listen. We'll just kind of vibe to this track and just listen back and watch the footage and kind of chat. Let us know what musically should happen from here. What layers should we add or subtract? I'm excited. So here we go. Let's listen to it. So we'll go to the B-roll. Listening. moving the pads around. I think that's a better pad sound. We're listening back to see what we need. We're letting the story and the music tell us. So chime in to the chat if you have ideas. That's my favorite bass part. Really nice chord tone choices. All right. Uh-oh. Looks like OBS is getting a little finicky on me, and it's frozen. So I'm going to have to close OBS and restart it and hope for the best. So if the stream doesn't come back, if it crashes, just refresh your page. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, go to my YouTube home page, and I'll have a new link. But I have to close out the software and restart it. So give me just a second. Hopefully be back here in 10 seconds. Stand by. Okay, I'm back. I hope that you all are back with me. And give me a confirmation. I think we're doing okay now. But somebody please confirm that we're working and you can hear me. Okay, I think we're good. Hey, what's up, Ian? Can you hear me? Nice.
What did you think after when we listened that time through watching the film? It's really nice to see. I think it's sounding good already, and I do have a couple ideas, but I'm curious what your thoughts were upon that last listen and viewing.
It is fun and helpful to have the footage. I think it kind of helps the creative process, at least for me. I think that I was kind of tweaking the pad sounds a little bit. I think it got a little better towards the end. It made a little more space. I shifted to a more subtle pad in the arpeggiator, which is cool. I think I'm hearing a few things. There could be a cool sub bass thing, like I mentioned, with some weird kind of swimmy Moog stuff, which kind of works with the web thing. Could be cool. And then I also have a wild card sort of synth sound that I might try for some texture up above.
Yeah.
But what do you think, man?
Well, the texture of up above that really kind of piqued my interest. Because I was thinking the same thing. I heard a couple ideas. One that's much more concrete, and then one that would just be some shimmery textural stuff, almost maybe even a percussive sound that then's got a delay on it. So it's just adding some ambience. But what I think could be really cool, especially I think if we take the arpeggiator out at some point, and then there's almost just a high, a piano on a single note playing 2 and 4, one, bing, bing, boom, bing. And then maybe when the chord changes, bing, or maybe it's even just a C or an E natural would be really cool high up, because that E is going to work over every chord except for the F minor. And so and honestly, at one point on the F minor, I still played an E, a minor major 7 chord. So That if we did that the whole time, it might get old. But like something that replaces the arpeggiator, and it's just almost like kind of like the outro to like a Bowie song or something like that, where it's just ding.
Yeah,
Ding.
I love that as like a layer of like some kind of. I love chords on 2 and 4, and I love having like chord tones that stay the same over changes. That like you're speaking my language. What if you tried to
Something like that?
You try some keys thing, something like super simple, and then while you're doing that, I'll try the shimmery thing up top.
My ancient MIDI board to the rescue.
So, hey, it's all you need, man. So, how does that? Are you cool with that? You want to give that a try?
I'm so cool with that.
Okay.
I'll touch base in a little bit.
Okay, touch base. Okay, good luck, man. I'll see you soon.
How do we tie that into spiders? That's a job for Mr. Croth. Eric will come up with a punny thing for that.
Yeah, I welcome all spider puns, awesome. And any pun really. Okay, well, good luck, man. Have fun finding cool chord tone things.
Yeah, I'll take the same approach. I'll just try some different things, and then we can cut what we like and erase what we don't.
All right, sounds good, dude. I'm really excited about how I'm gonna get the synth sound. You'll see shortly.
All right.
Okay, bye. Okay. What a guy. How fun is this? Making music with our friends on the internet. It's live. Hey, what's up, Connor? Welcome, dude. We're making a spider song. And for those that are just coming in, this is a tiny song. What that means is we have to create a song based off of the story, and the only rule is we have to follow the story with our musical decisions. So I have my friend Ian Trusheim here, who is a great bass player. He's helping me out. And let's listen to this track. I have maybe just the thing. I'm borrowing from Shay. Got a little Theremin here. So let's see. We're mostly in C minor. So we're kind of in like E flat major, I guess you could say. So this Moog has, let's see. A bit of pitch correction to help. Let's see what we can do with this. Let me get it patched in. Oh, you know what? I need to plug it in. That's the problem. All right, watch your ears, turning you down. So if you aren't familiar with the Theremin, you can play it with without touching it. You have one antenna that controls pitch, and then the one that controls volume.
Okay, my love, I'm just gonna check about the key that you're in.
Hey, what's up there, Designed by Shay? Say again.
Can we confirm if we're in C major or E flat?
Well, they're kind of relatives of each other, and it kind of depends on how you think about it. But most of the song is kind of in a, well, okay. We are in C major. It's C and it's C augmented. So I misspoke earlier. So we're mostly in C major, and then we go to, there's some weird chord tones, but I would think of our overall chord center as C.
Copy that. I will relay to Ian.
Nice. I misspoke. It's C and then C augmented, and then we eventually get up to the 4 chord, which is F. So yeah, it's kind of C. But then we do a F minor thing. I don't know. But anyway, where was I? So that might be cool. Or maybe there's like something more dramatic, like that could be cool. Let's see what it sounds with the music. I think you guys can hear this, right? Yeah. All right, let me get some. I'm just gonna mess around with this. I think that sound is too abrasive. I liked that weird delay thing that was going earlier. Kind of spidery vibes. So let's set I'm gonna set our key to like C. Major pentatonic. These digital ones, you can set pitch correction. Kind of just like one note. Cool. This is gonna just get buried. Let's listen to that. Is that cool? I think that's kind of cool. I think we gotta like dial in the part a little bit. Bury it. I think that's working. The right direction. Let me let's just vibe on this. See what happens. Spider vibes. Something like that. All right. Shay brought me a refill, and she was waiting while I was doing that take. I probably looked like a crazy person, just holding my hands in the air. But wow. Okay. Well, let's listen back. I think that's kind of cool. Cool. Well, I think that's the thing. Well, let's see how my friend Ian's doing. Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, I'm was having some technical difficulties, but I think everything's cool now. If I can have like maybe 4 or 5 more minutes, I got a nice little piano idea that I think is going to be a really nice compliment to what we got going on.
Cool. Take your time, man. I'll get back.
It was yeah. We'll spare the backstory, but I'm gonna re-record it and I'll send it over in a minute.
No worries, man. Take your time. Hey, like a true spider web, it takes time to do it right. So
It's true.
you know,
Yeah. All
just
right.
keep
Cool,
keep
man.
moving.
All right, this is gonna be cool. I'll give you a wave when I got some an update.
All right, sounds good, man. Good luck.
Yeah, like
What a guy. Oh. Well. While Ian was talking with me there, I received a airdrop. So for those of you that don't know, while we're making this song, Shay is making a patch, a collectible patch for the stream. And I don't know where I put the other ones. All right. But they're really cool, and they're on sale during the stream. And she just completed. Oh, this is cool. Okay, stand by. I'm about to patch this in. Haha, patch it in. Stand by just a second. Oh, man. OBS, man. OBS is causing problems again. Here we go. Look at that. Oh my gosh. This is going to look like that. So cool. What a cool patch. Oh my gosh. Designed by Shay. That looks amazing.
Thank you very much.
Amazing, amazing work. So you did that while we were doing this weird song. You made that.
Yeah, we were all making some weird things.
Well, I love it. I love the symmetry of the web. I love the hourglass shape. This is just really cool.
I mean, she's a pretty lady with an hourglass shape. What can I say?
I mean, yeah, that is true. Amazing job designed by Shay, and also amazing job for the whole season. Like, you made a cool piece of art every episode, and it's been awesome.
I loved making them, so I hope folks will buy them and keep the stream alive.
Well, that's up to them, not up to you. You did an amazing job, and I salute you. Thank you, Shay.
Yeah, no problem.
Wow. Awesome work. Yeah, so if you want to support what we're doing here, it's a really cool, one-of-a-kind custom merch thing. We also have cool t-shirts for sale, and these are all things that directly support Shay and myself while we're trying to have creative careers. And anyway, thank you, Shay, and thank you to those of you that are supporting us. All right, let's see how our music's doing. I'm gonna go back to our DAW here. Let's do a little listening. I might do a little mix as we go, kind of dial this in. I do like that Moog. Might be cool to pitch it up a little bit. It's kind of got some spider vibes. I think that's in the spirit of the... Sounds like the web. Maybe the sound is going through the web, telling the spider that the fly has arrived. Yep. It's a vibe. I'm going to make that into a loop. Let's see what we got here. Listening back. Cool. I think this is feeling good. Let's see how Ian's doing. Hey, what's up, dude?
I am currently sending you some old piano.
Okay, I love old piano.
I'm just trying to track it down here. Give me a second.
Yeah, you're fine.
I can't wait to see that patch, by the way. I could hear you talking, and I was like, don't get distracted. Just the old piano done.
Dude, I did it with the Theremin, too.
Dude, I could hear that, and it was a trip because it was like some nice atmosphere to what I was doing. It was inspiring.
Cool.
So this is loading right now.
Okay.
As soon as it's in, not Dropbox, but Drive, I'll send it on over.
Okay, man.
Just to talk about it a little bit, I added some major 7 to the C, so it's more like a C major 7.
Oh.
And there's this kind of half-step motion between the major 7 and the octave.
And the octave, okay.
Kept that over the augmented.
Oh,
like
getting spicy.
Theme. Yeah, or it's pretty dissonant over the augmented, but I think it's kind of that what we talked about, capturing. Some people are scared of spiders, some people appreciate their beauty, and so there's something about this rub of that major 7 to the octave, and it's just that B to C.
Okay.
So, let's see if
I'm
it's
all about it.
All right, it's coming your way, and it's probably going to be a pretty hot signal. So I trust you to do what you need to do on your end.
All right. Copy that.
Right.
Copy that.
I'm going to mute myself and jump on over to the YouTube stream so I can hear what it sounds like with everything else that's going on.
Okay, I just got it. So I'll circle back with you in a minute. All right. So right now, I am downloading this piano sound from our friend Ian here, and we'll import it in. So let's see what we got here. We'll play up the B-roll, and I have no idea what's about to happen. This is totally live. Here we go. Sick. That's really cool. I think I need to. So I'm having that issue again. So I'm gonna do another. I'm gonna have to restart OBS one more time. So bear with me. If it crashes, refresh the page. If I'm not back in 5, go to my YouTube homepage. I'll have a new stream going. So bear with me. I'll be back in 10 seconds. Fingers crossed. Okay, I think we're back. Hey, I think we're back. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Thanks for bearing with me with this tech stuff, man. That's how you know it's live. We're doing this for real. Okay, we're back. Hey, what's up, dude? Ian, can you see and hear me?
I can see and hear you. Can you see and hear me?
I can. Thanks for bearing with me, man. Nice work. That's some cool tension and release on those changes.
Yeah, that so that second chord is basically a C major 7 with a sharp 5. And honestly, I don't know if I've ever done that before, and I'm like, man, that's like maybe my new favorite. It's like dissonant and beautiful at the same time. And then
like the spider.
Exactly. Yeah, and especially when you were like pulling it back in the mix a little bit, and it's just this like kind of it's there, but it's not the what's the word I'm looking for, at the front of your attention. You know?
Yeah, and it's cool too because like I like those sort of piano parts or rhythm parts where they're like on a consistent beat and it kind of becomes a part of the rhythm section, but then it also is like adding these interesting chord tones. I think it's a cool vibe.
Cool.
Well, nice, man. Well, how you feeling over there?
I'm into it. I think it's awesome. I was enjoying watching the B-roll with the music. I mean,
yeah,
I'm feeling good. How about you?
I'm good. I think we've got I think we've got a lot to work with. I think are you hearing any other like things you want to add, or are you
only like the on that or I didn't sing it right, but that it's E D C A flat G, and like if there was maybe a synth that just doubled that, like, you know, on your Moog or something
that doubles the piano part thing,
just that melody. Ba, 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 no.
Okay, I'll listen for it. What are the
That,
notes
like,
again? Say it again.
So the very last, well, it's not, I guess it's not the last chord, but on the F minor. So I'm treating that as like a F minor major 7. So it's E D C. That'd be like major 7 6 5. Then the A flat, which is the minor third of F, that goes down a half step to G, which is the 5 of C.
Okay, it's very nice. I'll listen for that. I might double that. That could be cool. Well, nice, man. Well,
yeah. What was cool also is there was times where like the that's a theremin, right? Some even like some of those sounds were like kind of matching up with at one point it sounded like the theremin hit like it was like divine timing where it kind of sounded like an E, and then that piano melody came in, but we're both like writing independently, and then you put together, hey, check that out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like
it's cool how that can happen. Like the music is out there. It's like a frequency, you know, like you tap into the frequency of the music, and like we tapping into the same frequency.
Definitely.
Well, cool, man. Well, do you want to hang around in the Zoom a little longer, or do you feel like you've completed your musical
I'm
layers?
here for it. I'm happy to just see what happens, you know, and maybe provide insight if asked. But I'm enjoying it and curious to see what's the next step is.
Okay, man. Well, amazing work, and I'm gonna just jump in and just flow with the music and see what happens next.
Cool.
But thank you, man. Thanks for all the stuff you've done so far, and
thank you. It's a real treat, man.
Yeah, dude. All right. Well, I'm gonna jump back in here, and we'll see you again before too long. What a guy. Ian Trusheim, great bass player. If you don't follow him on Instagram, you definitely should, because he's doing some cool stuff. So I'm gonna do some chopping up here, kind of start to get this flow to get together. Real quick though, important. Okay, here's the deal. A number of you have asked about if we're going to release this music. And I think maybe yes. I'm thinking about it. If you want Tiny Songs Live, what I'm thinking about doing is mixing it and releasing it. And then if it might at some point put it on Spotify, but what I'm thinking what I might do is put it as a download for you, and you could pay what you want, kind of thing. I would want everyone to be able to have access to it. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up for the email list. The email list is a great way to know about what's going on with the channel, and then also if and when I complete that, maybe next week sometime, I could email you and say, hey, Tiny Songs Live Season 1 is now a complete EP or mini album, and here's the link. So if you're interested in that, sign up for the email list. That's the best way to stay in touch and know what's going on. And yeah, so no pressure, but if you're into it, a lot of people have asked about it. That's a way you can find out. And I might mix this thing together and see what we can come up with. So that being said, let's figure this music out. I think we need to tuck that piano. Yep. There's that line he was talking about. All right, listening. Let's try. It's cool. It's cool motion. Yeah, I'll tuck it away with some reverb. Maybe I'll send it to the existing bus. And then I might try this. I like this plugin I've been using a lot. It's got a little warble on it. See how that sounds. We're getting close. I do want a little reverb on it. Maybe some slapback. It's actually kind of cool as is. Hey, what's up, Rock Face? Welcome. We're making a cool spider song. All right, I'm thinking maybe, if anything, I think it might be some weird Moog, some low synth bass Moog. Let's do it. Maybe something there. Let's see what we can come up with. Ralph, I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you made it. Yeah, so for those that are just coming in, we're making a weird, cool song about the Black Widow spider. Maybe she's a little bit misunderstood. We're exploring dissonance and harmonic tension while we're major, just like a spider, because spiders are relatively positive, but a little creepy. I'm thinking, let's try some Moog. I'm going to tip you down. Watch your heads. Going to just tip you down here. Friendly reminder, Sweetwater sponsored the stream. Grateful to Sweetwater. So let's see if this is helping. Because I don't want to get in the way of what Ian already did. It can be a delicate art form to try and come up with two bass parts that work together. You have to... especially if they're out of tune. Tell you what. Yeah, we're a little... So the thing about these old mugs, man, you got to tune them. Because there's two oscillators. Got to get them in together. And also make sure that they're... Okay, now we're in tune. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. All right. All right, so this should be input. Just making sure this is all... Yeah, now we're talking to each other. All right, let's see what happens here. Dropping down an octave. Get in the way. Similar register. Maybe it's not a bass part. Maybe it's something higher. could be cool. So it's like a... And then like a... Turn the glide down a little bit. That's getting close. Let me tweak that sound a little bit. Maybe we can do a little... Going for spider vibes. Yeah. Turn this speed down on the tremolo. Yeah, I think that's getting close. Maybe we put some emphasis in. Yeah. All right, let's give it a try. Something like that. Let me tilt you back up. Oh, welcome back. There, something like that. All right. Huh. Ralph, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're chiming in. I'm so glad everybody's here. Everybody's ideas are valid and interesting and helpful. Let's listen for a minute. I tell you what, that's a problem. I have the wrong take. There we go. There we go. Bass likes a little love around 4K. I'll help it cut a little bit. Just give it a little love up there. Roth says a high cut on the drums. I can get into that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna lo-fi the drums a little bit with that same plugin. I think we're kind of in mixing mode a little bit here. I don't know if there's a lot of new layers. We need to take things away. So, where are we with the semantics? I mean, that's pretty good right there, but... Spider vibes. Hard pan these drony high things away from each other. Thanks, Ralph. I think this arpeggiated thing is a cool spider vibe. Well, you know what? While we're in the spirit of that plugin, maybe it's cool up octave. Let's see. Rough, that's a mellotron through an arpeggiator. This might be cool up on octave too, while we're octaving things. And we'll send some reverb. Just kind of making a home for everything right now. Getting it a little blendy. There we go. These are cool. It's working. Yeah, Ian, I think you're right. I think these parts are going to be coming and going. Right now I'm trying to carve out space to see where they all have, like if all of them can exist. And then I'll remove some as well. I'm also trying to make sure that that P bass sits, because I love a P bass with flats, but they do take a little more work to sit in the mix. I need to give space for it in those low mids. So I'm trying to just make sure everything's... like drastic EQs on some weird sounds like this. Saving. That'd be cool to have some kind of auto filter going on. Kind of swirly, like a web. Now that arpeggio is going to swim around us. Trying to push some things away from the middle to give the bass some space. I think we need a little less delay. Yeah, Ian killed it. Ian played bass on this, not me, just for the record. still a little cluttered. These things are kind of in the same land. We need the shaker. Shaker's taking up space we don't. This is one of my favorite parts of arrangement, is taking things away. First I like to get it all sitting, and then I like to take away. Like what needs to be there. This is getting okay. Let's consult this spider. And I think we probably start out. I think so. I'm probably going to release these songs as like a song. You know what I'm saying? If you are into that. So I'll probably do a proper arrangement and mix of this. So if you're interested in that sign up for the email list, because that'll be a good way to find out when that's available, if that's available. Let me know if you want that. Do you want Tiny Songs Live Season 1 as a release? I talked to all of the musicians involved, and they all said they'd be game, and I'd be game to do it, but I only want to do it if you all want it, because this is a significant amount of work to make it happen. So, that being said, maybe we start with So, people are saying yes. If you're into it, sign up for the email list. And maybe sometime I might do it in the next week. All right, I think what's bothering me are these three layers. These layers. I think the theremin needs to move more. Let's duplicate the auto filter that was on. Yeah. That's feeling a little better. Bear with me, having a technical problem. I'll be back with you in just a second. Let me know when we're back. I think this is getting close. Let's see what our friend Ian thinks if he's still around. Hey, Ian, what's up, man? You still there? How's it going, dude? Yeah? You feeling good? Okay. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, there's like, I mean, I'm just using the stock Logic auto filter, but there's a lot of parameters that you can automate. And this one has like a filter sweep, and an EQ sweep, and then also it's moving in the stereo field. So I find that can be a really helpful effect when you're trying to like I felt like I wanted the bass to sit more in the middle, and I felt like the bass was getting drowned out by all these other layers. So what I've kind of been trying to do is like take these textures and kind of push them to the side a little bit, just to make some space for the groove in the middle, and then the swirliness can go around us. So that can be kind of a helpful thing to do that sometimes, using your filter sweeping and then also your stereo image. But yeah, man, I think at this point it's just like having things come and go, like you were saying. I think they're all kind of sitting together now, and now I think it's a matter of like what is going on when, what comes in and goes out. Kind of the web, you know, we gotta weave the web. What do you think it should start with? Like, how should the song start? Well, I think it's like, it's not so much what's the first part of the movie, because the movie's just looping. It's more like the story, like maybe the story begins with our spider is beginning the web. So like, what would that musically sound like? Which of those layers do you think should it begin with? We got drums, we got bass. Your piano part, yeah. Yep. Those are kind of the main ones. And I took a few things away. The pad may or may not play. I felt like it was getting a little redundant. But those are the ingredients. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it starts with, yeah. Yeah, some kind of like ambient, like textural thing, and then it kind of weaves together. I dig that. I get into that. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I can get into that. I like it. Well, Ian, let's see here. Ralph says starting something small and unfold or graduate. So, like, I kind of like that, like, gradual crescendo could be cool. So maybe the drums and bass come in a little later. I like your idea of starting with something ethereal and textural. So maybe those first three layers, the theremin and the moog and the arpeggiator, those could kind of play together. Well, Ian, I think I'm going to jump back in here, but I think I just want to say a huge thank you to you for being a part of this and making this cooler than it could have been without you. And thanks, man. Of course, man. I'm honored that you're here. And chat, if you weren't here earlier, just a reminder, Ian's an awesome bass player, and you should follow him on Instagram. He's doing a really cool thing where he's posting a 2-bar bass line every day for the whole year, and I've been loving it. So definitely follow him if you aren't already. So Ian, I'm gonna close the Zoom meeting down and salute you. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for being here, and yeah, dude, and hang out in the chat for a little bit longer while I wrap this up, and then yeah, everyone will go their separate ways. But thanks for being here, man. I really appreciate it. All right, dude. Okay, me too. All right, see you later, man. Hey guys. So, you know what? While I was just I was saying goodbye to Ian on the Zoom call, and I didn't have it up in the stream, and that was my mistake. But to recap, I thanked Ian. He had some cool ideas. And if you aren't already following Ian on Instagram, he's got an amazing challenge he's doing where every day he's posting a 2-bar bass line. So follow Ian's social and Instagram. And I'm just really grateful to Ian for being here. So I botched that. He wasn't, you didn't hear his side of the conversation, but I just want to say a big thank you to Ian for being here. So that being said, let's get this music feeling right. I do kind of like having this. Let's see here. Let's get creative here. Let's move all this out a little bit, and then tell you what, we'll do this. I'm trying to keep it where it all lines up still. Okay. So maybe we start with that. Fades in, maybe? Hey, that's kind of cool. I like that. So then maybe we'll do the same thing with the Moog here. Let's do this. Uh-huh. Yep. Right there. That's Spider Vibes if I've ever heard it. Yeah, that's cool. I love that. The drums cut out right there. Do a little break. I think we're getting close here, folks. I'm not going to complete this song tonight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get it feeling good, and then I'm going to mix this. And I think I'm going to release it later. So, if you want to get the full thing, sign up for the email list if you haven't yet. I want to take Ian's last take and loop that for now. I like everything he did, but my favorite was this. So I'm going to save that down there for later. Let's see how So, a few things. One, I want to say a huge thanks to Ian for being here, to Sweetwater for sponsoring this series, and a really special thank you to Shay, who is like, I could not have done this whole thing without her. She's amazing. And a massive thank you to all of you that are watching and that they care about this thing. So, all of that being said, let's just vibe to this spider footage for a second as we say our final farewell for Tiny Songs Live Season 1. Check out the merch for the badge. Check out the t-shirts, the hats, and sign up for the email list for a potential Tiny Songs Live Season 1 album. Follow Ian on Instagram. And all that being said, I love all of you. I'm grateful to all of you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for believing in me and making this possible. So, I salute you all.
Well, we did it. I'm not entirely sure what we did, but we did something, and I'm grateful to you for being a part of it. There are a few ways you can support this channel. 1, we have merch, limited edition merch for each episode. 2, music courses. 3, I have affiliate links to the gear that I'm using to create this music. And 4, private music coaching. If you want one-on-one time with me to talk about whatever you want musically, that's available as well. And links to all of that are in the description. Tiny Songs Live will be every week this month. I hope to see you on the next one.